Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to talk about 5 software principles that help me in my daily life. Not only in my software development job, but also in my private life. Software principles are basically guidelines that help developers write clean, maintainable, and robust code. Maybe these software principles are being used by you without knowing them, so let's dive into them. The first one is the divide et impera, which stands for divide and rule or divide and conquer. This principle involves breaking down complex problems into small pieces that will be then resolved one by one. These pieces then are manageable parts, basically are some problems that can be solved independently, and by solving them independently as a mission inside of a game or as a side quest of a game, we're actually completing the whole level or the whole problem that we might have. An example in my daily life could be organizing a vacation. And organizing a vacation involves like booking the flight, organizing the itinerary, and doing lots of stuff. In which looking at the bigger picture, it might be a huge problem or a huge task to do. But apparently, by focusing on each step or on each piece of the problem, it will get easier to solve. By addressing each step individually, the entire process becomes manageable, maybe funnier, and then less overwhelming. The second principle might sound crazy, which is KISS. Keep it simple, stupid, or keep it simple and stupid. This acronym was coined by Kelly Johnson, an American aeronautical and systems engineer. As the acronym says, we have to keep things simple and stupid. And this can be applied also in our personal lives, because most of the times or sometimes we tend to overcomplicate ourselves. An example in my daily life is whenever I have a new passion or I have a new interest, I tend to exaggerate with the gear or to exaggerate with the stuff for that specific hobby. Example in my daily life could be over-exaggerate for my productivity setup, like having 4 monitors or having a high-end PC, having LED everywhere just to be productive. But sometimes having just a table or having just your laptop in front of you can be the key to be productive. One fun example is Linus Torvalds setup, which is like really minimal. And Linus Torvalds, for those who don't know, is the creator of Linux, the operating system. Another example could be in fitness. I try to have all the expensive clothes or having like high-end running shoes just to run 5 kilometers. Sometimes we overcomplicate the problems we have in front of us, and more often the best solution is the simplest one. The third principle, which is hard to pronounce, is YAGNI, which is an acronym of you ain't gonna need it. This principle warns against adding unnecessary features that you don't need right now. In my personal life, I try to implement this software principle. For example, in clothing. Through this principle, I learned to not buy useless stuff or things that I don't need right now. For example, by finding one discounted product in Amazon and buy it anyways because it's discounted even though you don't need that. And this hit me because I'm getting into the passion of videography, of photography. Just recently I bought this camera, which is the Sony a7C II, in which most of the time I'm pretty tempted to buy new stuff, even though I don't need that right now. That will help me for sure growing this YouTube channel. Applying YAGNI in our daily lives can help us prevent waste. The fourth principle is DRY, which stands for do not repeat yourself. Andy Hunt and Dave Thomas say, every piece of knowledge must have a single, unambiguous, authoritative representation within a system. The DRY principle in software development encourages reusing the existing solution rather than duplicating the effort. This software principle can be applied to avoid overthinking on problems. One example in my daily life, talking about clothing, it's choosing always the outfit. I was pretty stressed looking for an outfit, or even in the workouts for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I know which are my workouts. So I avoid overthinking. The fifth one, which is more a design pattern, is the observer pattern. Just a really small note. Design patterns are proven solutions to common problems in software design. The observer pattern is a design pattern that involves one entity called subject, which notifies multiple observers instead of checking always if there's something new. This pattern is mostly used in news notifications, in email, and this design pattern, even though it's pretty strange, but on my side it helped me a lot, is whenever I need to communicate something to someone else. Instead of messaging one by one the person, I learned to create dedicated group chats. It may sound basic, but it is. But this helped me because I was a shy, introvert person, and sometimes reaching everyone one by one was pretty difficult, also because I always needed to formulate different sentences or overthink on what to write to that person. So, software concepts are not just for programmers. We saw that some patterns are used in our daily life, and I hope that these ones were helpful for you. They can simplify decision making, improve productivity, and reduce stress in our everyday life. Whether it's breaking tasks in small pieces, or just avoiding unnecessary complexity, or streamlining communication, these principles will help us work smarter and not harder. Let me know down in the comments if you use these software principles in your daily life, and see you in the next one. Bye.